Hey, this is Jamey with Stonemaier Games, and today I'm going to talk about my favorite mechanism in the new competitive two-player Tug of War game, Royal Visit. This is a game that I've been looking forward to for a while because I found that I really love Tug of War mechanisms, and they are most commonly found in two-player games. In this game, you are manipulating these five people. The king, jester, wizard, and two guards, which are always on either side of the king. You are moving them back and forth along this track in the hopes of moving them either all the way to the edge of your track. So over here is my chateau, moving them all the way over here, or moving the entire, so you're trying to do that. You're trying to either move tokens over there so that you can move this crown token over to your side and get this crown token into your chateau, or you can try to just end the game by having the king and his just have the king actually alone over on your side, your duchy, I think, in your duchy over here, this area, anywhere over here. So it's a tug of war where there are instant win conditions where you can just instantly win, or you can play to the end of the game and potentially win there. That in itself, I love. I love that there are different elements that you're trying to pull over to your side. There is an instant win condition, or a couple instant win conditions, if you get certain pieces all the way over to your chateau at any given time. I think that's really clever. I won both the games that we played so far by getting the crown over there. You get the crown if the crown advances whenever you have any token, any piece in your chateau, if you're able to do that. All that said, it kind of surprised me because my favorite mechanism in the game wasn't even the tug of war, but rather the card play and how that really tied back into the tug of war. You have 8 cards in your hand, and they are cards that, when played, generally manipulate these tokens. So if I play a card, let's see if I can find a simple one. So if I have this one, this says move the jester 2 spaces. And almost always you're going to move this jester 2 spaces towards you. However, that's not all you're doing on your turn. Instead, you're selecting one of these types of pieces. Generally, it's one of these pieces, but there are 2 guards. And you are playing as many cards in your hand that apply to that type of a token, that type of character, as you want. This reminds me of Keyforge. In Keyforge, you choose a faction each turn, and you play all cards of that faction if you want to, as many cards as you want of that faction. And so I love the hand-building element in this game, where on one turn I might play a simple turn, where maybe I just play a few I might move a few of the guards a little bit, because you get to draw back up to 8 cards at the end of your turn. And then on my next turn, I might hope to draw up so that I have a huge turn where I move the wizard from one side of the board all the way to the other side of the board into my chateau. So you can build up these hands of cards where you have really powerful turns relating to a certain token that's out there. That I found very satisfying to be able to do. And I didn't really realize that as I researched this game. I thought it was just, play a card and move a token. But this element of building up your hand to have big turns where you manipulate tokens in big ways felt very satisfying to me. That is, those are my 2 favorite mechanisms in Royal Visit. The whole multiple tug of war element. You're tugging multiple things towards you for multiple reasons, and even more so, the hand management aspect and how that builds towards big turns where you're moving a token in a big way in this game, Royal Visit. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts if you have this reminds you of another tug of war game, or if you have played Royal Visit, or if this mechanism in particular, this kind of Keyforge mechanism, if this makes you think of any other games. I'd love to hear about those in the comments as well, because I love this idea of building up your hand to a big turn. That feels really good and feels really good in games in general. Thanks.